The Grail cannot pass beyond the Great Seal. That is the boundary and the price of immortality.
All right, we're back again. It's the North Florida Sports Network. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and yours, wherever you may be watching. Thank you for watching.
Or listening.
I got big time Nole on the line. I got Jimmy Reno. Got Jimmy Reno with me.
That's right.
That was
Reno 411.
That, of course, was live footage from the release of the grant of rights deal for the ACC.
That's right.
Way back centuries ago.
Nah, man.
That's what they act like. You can't even take the contract.
well, many have tried, but
you can't take the contract beyond
like
the seal of Greensboro.
Right?
ACC headquarters.
ACC headquarters, where the grant of rights deal is locked away.
Greensboro dossier.
Yeah.
What I want to know
you right there that there's something going on with it.
So they moved from Greensboro to Charlotte.
Right.
The Charlotte dossier.
Yeah. Did they like take the grant of rights and like the Ark of the Covenant over to Charlotte so nobody could see it?
Right. They moved the radius of the where you can't take it out.
Yeah.
It's wherever they are.
Let it go.
That follows. Yeah. They must have
shit out.
It really is, man. Well, Florida State has made it official. At least they're starting.
Yeah, it's the
process.
The beginning of the process.
We're kicking everybody's ass in here.
Right.
It's in the lawyers' hands now, as Florida State is going to file.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we made it official. We're kicking everybody's ass in.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how they used to settle it, but not anymore. Florida State went out. It's going to cost them like
shocking. I thought it was 120 million.
600 million almost. When it's all said and done.
I heard 120 million on the local news today.
Well, when you add everything up,
hey, don't trust your
billable hours,
set.
man.
I'll tell you that.
No,
do not trust your television sets. Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
is Liv paying for it?
Well, that's what it's all going to be up and settle in the courts now. ACC filed a lawsuit as well in North Carolina. First step. But, man, kind of like FSU's out, man.
That's exciting. I won a Big Ten years ago.
It really looks that way.
Right. Well, it was inevitable. Somebody was going to end up doing it.
So this hasn't been talked about, but can we start a petition for a hockey team since we're going into Big Ten?
Oh, wow. I liked it.
Dude, that would be so sick. Civic Center, Tiger Sharks old rink. Let's get it going.
Right.
D1 hockey.
Well, what are your first reactions to this, Jimmy?
Good.
About time.
Yeah. Tired of Florida State accepting being poor in the future.
Right.
Just because the ACC tells them they have to.
Right. They own SEC and the ACC, and it just seems like one is.
Right.
How can you compete there? They gave you a reason.
One's the stepchild, bro.
What was Florida State was probably going to do, maybe, if not this year, soon, they put a guarantee on that when they left him out.
Oh, you can put a guarantee on them boxing.
Yeah, I think that's what gave them confidence to just go ahead and do it. I think you're right, but, they said they started filing this case over a year ago.
Yeah.
So when they first spoke out publicly and kind of called out the ACC, that was them kind of letting everybody know, like, hey, we're going to do this. I mean, they tried everything they could to get the other schools, to get anybody to listen and work with them. They couldn't even get the ACC to renegotiate, to even acknowledge them.
Well, yeah, you can't even stay and read the document too long. Yeah. Then you might turn dust.
Well, the biggest thing is that everybody kind of found out, or I'm sure presidents and administrators at universities knew that the ESPN deal with the ACC is up in 2027, not 2036. So the grant of rights may be owned, but there's no guaranteed television contract after 2027. So essentially, they're trying to enforce penalties on like 9 years of, where there's no contract.
Right. So you're just going to come up with a dollar amount, pretty much, of settlement.
I think what ultimately ends up happening is both sides' lawyers, after they bill by the half hour for a year and a half, there's finally a settlement. Florida State will pay, I'd say, anywhere from like 150 to 200 million in an exit fee, and that'll be it. By 2025, we'll probably be playing in a different conference.
And that conference will be...
I would assume the Big Ten, but I wouldn't rule out the Big 12. We're not going to the SEC.
Well, you're pretty much
Big
suing
12,
ESPN.
is that even still a conference? We can't join the Big 12. That's
No, and the reason that doesn't
That's
make a
worse
ton
than
of
the
sense.
ACC.
Nothing's worse than the ACC.
We went 6-4 against the SEC this year, so arguably they were worse than us. But yeah, sure.
No, nothing's worse than the ACC's deal. This has nothing to do with
dollar sign. Yeah, of course.
Well, that's how this is being looked at.
Right. Especially now when you
that's
can
not
use
how I
that.
look at college football. Call me old fashioned.
College football is only this is only the catalyst driving it. Ultimately, this is what funds the entire athletic department.
Right. This is
Florida State thinking beyond just their college
world.
football team and their entire athletic department, and how far back they're going to be set behind. So I wouldn't say that the Big 12 is really a possibility because they also have a contract with ESPN.
If it is, that's a joke.
I think that it's going to be Florida State and the Big Ten underneath a Fox network contract. We'll see what goes from there. But the ACC is probably, once Florida State finally is no longer a member, will very likely just dissolve completely because you're going to see the floodgates open. Clemson will be next.
Yep.
Other teams
Clemson's
will
headed to the SEC if I was them.
Yeah, I mean, they can go. The SEC has...
They want North Carolina.
Yeah, they really don't have a whole lot of interest.
They don't have it. They don't have a team in North Carolina. You have a opposition.
They don't have one in South Carolina either, bro.
Well, they have South Carolina and Florida here. But they're opposing.
That's so cute.
Yeah, they view it by state, by territory.
Right.
ACC has 4 North Carolina teams. Why do you have to worry about that?
Well, the SEC has 0. They want, if they get the flagship.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can have more than one school in one state. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but they don't. It's all television markets they're looking at. Eyeballs, streaming stuff. They're competing against each other. Like nobody in the state of North Carolina, gets as much leverage or as much eyeballs as UNC.
Well, nobody outside the state of North Carolina is watching North Carolina football, so we don't care.
Yeah, but the SEC does.
Yeah.
They want that state. They want to move in to have a state they don't already own.
I doubt that the money was raised. That's what happened. The snub did it. That got the final boost from the big donors that they needed to pony up the money to make a kind of huge decision that this is going to change the game.
Right.
Like you said, Jimmy, it's just going to.
I think
the ACC's.
It inspired a lot of the big money to start spending on the lawyers. That is what it's going to take. I doubt they've raised any money earmarked for the exit fee. I'm sure this is just, it'll come, but not yet. We got a ways to go before it's actually going to be they got to decide where they're even going to hold the thing, Florida or North Carolina.
Right. We'll get some actual lawyers.
Yeah.
Before we.
Yeah. There's once you get into legal talk, it's crazy though.
We got Ashley Moody in on it. I will say this, Ashley Moody. I'm a lifelong Gator, but I know injustice when I see it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Right. Well,
I mean, considering she's a Gator, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So's Deckerhoff. Just kidding. Don't ever call him that, man. He would get so mad.
Say that on live air, bro.
He would get so mad.
People don't know that. Stop.
What are you talking about? It's in his wiki page, man.
Dude, stop. Yeah, but you can't trust a wiki page.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the university as far as some of the education programs, right?
Yeah, I guess if you like to smell it doo-doo.
When you went to school, if you went to school when Deckerhoff was going to school, you had to go to Florida for some things.
Manure, Hogstown.
So, got this.
It do stink.
Got this Orange Bowl coming up.
Oh God!
Biggest game in 10 years.
Most meaningless game in the history of the program.
Right. Biggest game since the Orange Bowl at Dalvin Cook takeover.
We told you
When we played who?
He wasn't
Michigan.
playing in it, and now everyone else has made it official. As far as impact players that have a chance in the draft, everybody on that roster.
Of course,
is
if
going
you have
to
a
the
chance in the draft, you
Right.
have to.
So that just tells you the meaninglessness of this game.
Okay,
So any
that is
narrative
such an
about
odd
it.
word to, no, I don't get a
Any
minute to respond to that.
Hold on,
Okay.
I wasn't done. But go ahead.
Use the word meaningless, and it really upsets me. So you're trying to tell me these guys who have worked their entire life playing football, from elementary to middle to high school, and they get to play in the absolute New Year's Six Orange Bowl, one of the greatest bowls in college football, and it's meaningless? You sound defeated.
Well,
You sound weak.
no, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm sure the kids will. I'm
Yes,
sure
it's
the
gotta
kids
be-
will take a
both
lot
sound
out of
weak.
it.
I was
You
poor.
both sound meaningless.
It sound well, like just to take the narrative of that this game has any impact
Well, I'm
on
going to take
what would have
take a
happened.
warrior
That's all I was
mentality.
going to say.
I'm going to take a warrior mentality and say I worked my entire life for this moment, especially if I'm Tate Rodemaker.
Well, yeah, I know
And
that,
if
but
finally
I'm
get
not
my
talking
chance,
about that.
Mike Norvell, 14-point underdog, if the proper game plan can get him 14-0 and possibly
right,
a number
but
one
it's-
spot in the coaches poll.
It wouldn't have happened if they would have. I know that, man. I'm just.
You used the wrong word.
Dude,
Meaningless is the wrong word.
it's obviously meaningful for the guys that are playing in it.
It's
but I'm
meaningful.
saying
It's
it's not going to
meaningful
matter
for me.
to anybody that tries to make any narrative about this year's team and what they would have
Well, then
done
they
in the
don't care about
playoffs.
college football, and they don't care about our players. They're making it about themselves. This is about our players who are playing in this bowl game. And Mike Norvell. And that Florida State logo that means so much to all of us.
Okay, so all I was trying to address is if they lose this game, doesn't mean anything what this team would have done in a playoff because
You're damn right it doesn't.
No, then
If they go out and
that's
play
shut
it
up and
they
let me
leave on
say
the
it then.
field, You said meaningless.
As far as meaninglessness, in trying to describe that and saying that what that would do, trying to say that to analyze what FSU would do if they were in the playoff. It was
of
meaningless
course.
in that.
Everybody
Okay,
knows that.
all right, God,
We should have led with that.
I was trying to.
You upset me. I'm sorry. You should have
all
led
right.
with that. Of course, it's meaningless. Yes, it has nothing to do with what would have happened in the playoffs. We have two of our best receivers in the history of college football. Freaking county.
I know. So it's hard to
Wilson.
get excited about a glorified.
Oh
scrimmage.
yeah, it's meaningless when you compare to that.
It's going to be a fun game. Like
I thought you meant the game itself was meaningless.
I mean, I'm sure the players are going to get some joy out
I'm
of
not
it, the ones that are
taking
playing.
anything from
You're
it.
you're disrespecting Florida State football and the game of football if you think this game is meaningless.
I don't think it's meaningless.
Couldn't disagree more.
Sounds like Reno does.
Yeah, I do. I don't think there's really
Just
any,
the way it is. Look at every
as a
bowl
fan,
game.
I mean, you get fun if they win, but they're not going to win, man.
You ever played in an Orange Bowl before, my
No,
man?
but I never played college football before.
Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, it's not meaningless.
It's definitely not meaningless.
But yeah, the kids that stick around and play the game in the Orange Bowl, it's not meaningless. They're going to get something out of it. But to the 14 or 15 starters,
kids play football their entire lives for this one opportunity.
Oh, I know.
For this one opportunity. No, they played football their entire lives for the opportunity they were denied.
They were denied. That's why they left.
You're wrong.
That's why they left. If it mattered, why are they not playing in it? If it mattered, why are they? No, then why are all the big playmakers on this team not playing in it?
Because they don't want to risk injury.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
It's a nice little end of the season.
Like it has nothing to do with anything on this record. That's why I say the record's over at 13-0.
Yeah,
it doesn't this is pretty much get ready for next year. Use it for practice.
Let's say they win.
Hey, agree to disagree.
Let's say they win. You finish 14-0. That's a really special season. It really is.
It's already been a special season.
At most, they're going to be ranked 5th.
We don't need to talk about special season. We already had that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this is basically.
Agree to disagree. If you don't think this game matters, then
I didn't say it didn't matter.
I feel sorry for you.
What does it matter then?
Of
course it matters. Of course it
Do
matters.
my whole entire
doesn't matter.
There's a ton of value in it for the underclassmen.
The culture of college football.
There's the culture.
We're going
of
to
college
field a
football.
team, and they're going to play their. We're going to field a team, and they're going to play their absolute hearts out. And that's what football is about. It's not about these corporate capture of America and these sponsors and college playoffs. It's about the game and showing up and playing your hardest and having fun with your boys. Don't ever forget that. And Tate Rodemaker's going to go out there and he's going to play his fucking ass off. You know what? I think we're going to win. 14
Well, that's great,
dogs,
man.
So
That's
what?
good.
So what?
What I'm saying is,
Norvell's going to run Toafili out of the Wildcat just like we did against fucking Louisville. We're going to win this
Calm
shit.
down.
hey, man,
I can't.
you got hope after it. You can't hate on that.
Wait till Toafili comes out that Wildcat, son. You know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, something's going to
And
have to
we
work.
don't have a third string quarterback. We got our second string, Bazemore Stadium. Valdosta boy playing against. I guarantee Tate's played all these boys in high school. Georgia boy, he's ready. Got knocked out against his rival on a cheap shot. Couldn't even play in a freaking title game. Now he's back. What? Just saying. He's got rhythm with Williams. He's got rhythm with Hill. Just saying. We're missing our D-line.
What
but
rhythm?
We're going to have an offense.
No.
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 What about the O-line? Who we missing on
You're
O-line?
missing 3 starters on the O-line.
3 out of 5?
Yeah. You're missing your center. You're missing both tackles.
Maurice isn't playing?
I love
He's done.
I love it.
He's done at FSU. I love like I'm saying, it's great to be enthusiastic.
That's
Dude.
what
You're going to
Big
be down
Ten
like
is.
15 starters.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Nah, there's no shot.
Watch. We're gonna win.
All right.
It's gonna be, and this is gonna be Norvell's biggest win of his life because he's gonna have a game plan that you've never seen before.
No, I think the biggest win of his
Pulling
life is
out all the
probably
stops,
the
bro.
Louisville
Trick
game.
plays. Hey, so what about Douglas? He's playing, right?
Sure. I mean, he's not
Douglas
going to the
is playing,
NFL.
the Pittsburgh Star.
Yeah, I mean,
So is he gonna be our return man? Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was against Pitt.
You're going to see a lot of kids that haven't played at all get a bunch of minutes in this game.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
it's
gonna
going to
be
have
hyped
value.
up.
They're
They're
going to
gonna be
get great
ready.
reps. You're going to see who looks poised to take a leap next year. But the overall outcome of the game is just, it's inconsequential, man. There's,
I could not disagree more.
Nah, if you win, it's
play
great.
to win the game.
Of course you play to win the game. The expectation, though, is that, man, you're playing a bunch of your second string against what is arguably the best roster in the country, minus a couple of players.
So they're playing all their starters for no reason?
I mean, yeah.
None of those guys are going to the NFL?
Well, the 2 that are going to the NFL are on the fence. The guaranteed first-round picks are on the fence. Bowers
I got
and the
a
kid
theory
on
behind
defense.
that, too. I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN paid some of those senior guys to play in the game. Just so they can try to embarrass us.
Maybe. I mean, if
I
you're
would
not first
be
round,
surprised if that happened.
if you're not a first-round guy,
If their talent's actually playing in the game, I'd actually bet my house that happened.
yeah, maybe.
I really would. That's
mean, it
how
might
shady.
not even
That's
have to
how
be
shady
ESPN.
ESPN in the playoff.
Man,
committee is.
I knew this. Man, I knew this 10 years ago. You could see it when they were starting the SEC network. I mean, it was eventually they wrote it into the deal of the college football playoff committee, where it's pretty much just a TV boardroom. I mean, they bring on people and make it like that in a game that's never been about that ever. They changed it right then, and they finally have it this year. They're being exposed.
Dude, I know
And
you already posted it.
unfortunately-
Mike Leach said it all.
Yeah.
2017. He really did, man.
Once college teams became commodities to television networks, that's when
And then
everything
the-
just died.
Yeah, and then
That
the
was a long time
NIL.
ago.
Not that I'm against the NIL, but it really was the nail in the coffin
everybody
for what
thinks
college
about
football as we
You
knew
know,
it.
I mean, nobody does it that way. I mean, if we're so smart, wouldn't all
over.
the other sports say, "I know what?
I'll
Let's
tell
have
you
a
what.
committee."
If we go 14-0, those coaches might vote us number 1 in the poll. We could get a split of the national title. Alabama claims like
all the
5
polls
titles and
are-
had 2 losses for half of them.
All the polls
joke.
go with
Move
the college
on.
football playoffs.
Doesn't Washington claim a title from I mean, come on. Everybody does it.
Yeah, when it was the AP and
we could-
coaches.
If they would
But
keep
what
this,
about
if none of the
2000? It
guys,
happened in
if
2002.
none of the guys would have left and they would have played together, maybe, and they made a stance together, I don't know, but
Oh, dude, if we had Verse and Fisk alone, it'd be over.
right, it's just, and all the guys that are going to be drafted real early in the draft, let's just they stole
Reno, do we have any stud pass rusher that's going to be playing like a young stud?
I mean, listen, I think there's still maybe guys on the defensive line that are going to play.
Let's go.
Fisk hasn't come out and said he's not going to play. Farmer has been acting like a dickhead on social
I'll tell
media.
you right now, if Verse plays, we win.
But the only guys that are definitely not playing on the defensive line is Jared Verse.
Verse said he's definitely not playing?
Yeah, Verse isn't playing. I think the bigger losses for Florida State are on the offensive side of the ball.
Honestly, dude, I would be like, dude, don't play. Like, just don't. Like, you're too good, man. You're about to get top 10. I love him too much to even let him play in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that goes for anybody that's looking at a first round grade.
Yeah,
I'll let Braden Fisk play.
Yeah, yes, I would.
I think he still might be trying to work his way into that first day pick, man.
Yeah, like it's got to be up to the player.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be. I think the losses on offense are going to affect Florida State.
And all in all, man, you can just feel the frustration and everybody involved in it, and it's
not just us, man.
No.
There's a lot of frustration across the country.
Yeah, right.
The corporate capture is complete, man. They stole it. They stole it.
Yeah, they realized it when they when they made it a figure skating. They didn't look good enough. They decided what it takes to win. They described something. Yeah. Vegas, but
I don't even think it was that.
The four best teams. Wasn't. I don't think it was.
Well, Georgia should have gone if it was the four best.
Right.
You just look at our
Georgia
matchup.
would have been a 10-point overdog against Washington.
Right.
It's funny is that they were, the whole time plugging that it's not the most deserving teams. It's not the most deserving teams. It's the best. And then Georgia kind of got back channeled. It's like the only reason we're not in is because they didn't think we deserved to be in because we lost our conference championship.
Was like the points could have made us the most
talking
money.
out both ways.
That's what it is. It's a specific criteria depending on which team we're talking about, and it changes with each team, and that's the load of shit.
Well, ESPN has one conference that they're invested in, really, and for the future that everything's behind. It's behind the SEC, and everything that they do, the ACC, they're just using it to wipe their butt.
No, that was a monopoly move.
Right.
Acquiring the ACC for much less, and that's a monopoly.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah,
they keep it around for spare parts. When we need to gut it, we'll gut it.
Right. FSU's gets good ratings for them, so why would we want to give you more money?
Right. We'll feed you.
We need that
this has been going on since supposed Bobby Bowden turned down the SEC in '92, when in actuality it was an absolute ridiculous offer from the SEC. Right. They refused to negotiate. So Florida State said we're taking more money with the ACC. Nothing at FSU has ever been about
and football national champion.
Yeah, nothing at Florida State has ever been about anything but money.
Right now.
Yeah,
we could use Bobby's guidance right now, man. Just miss him.
Yeah,
really do.
All right, big time. No, you got anything else for me? What about Christmas, man? You been watching these Christmas movies?
Oh, dude, have I?
What do you got? What's in your? I know you like to rank them. What do you have at the top of the list still?
Okay, obviously Home Alone 1, 2, Elf. And you know what really has just been climbing lately for me, dude? Office Christmas Party. have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. Absolutely love it. And I caught a new one this year, Xmas, with Leighton Meester. It's pretty good. I recommend it. If you like romantic comedies like I do. But, who doesn't? Right?
Me.
Yeah, what about you, Jimmy Reno? Bad Santa?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I started with Vacation.
Batman.
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
With Mel Gibson. You seen that one? Batman with Mel Gibson? That's hard.
That's a good one.
It's a little scary for me, but it's good.
I like Fred Claus.
What do you think about people
Fred Claus, yes. Excellent watch.
There's a group of people that believe Home Alone 2 is better than Home Alone 1. What do you think?
So I can explain that for them really quick. So it's very, very high in watchability, which gives it gives the perception that it's better, but overall ranking, it's not even close. It really drops off about 45 minutes into it. Like the first 30 to 40 minutes hold up with 1, but after that, you kind of lose me. Trust me. 1 is by far the better feature.
I agree. I was just a lot of people.
Yeah. I just had to break it down for them. They hadn't thought about it.
I'm going to go with Die Hard. It's the best.
It's Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Absolutely.
Dude, so here's
summer,
the
it came
thing.
out in the
I was a hard no forever. But people really, I'm open-minded guy, and I like to hear arguments, and I've been convinced that it might be. Like, the whole thing takes place at a Christmas party.
Right.
There's Santa Clauses everywhere. You know, he's saying, ho, 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 welcome to the party, pal. I don't know, dude. I think it could go either way.
Well, let's think. Like,
I used to be a hard no, but now I'm open to it.
he's literally going out there for Christmas, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And on his
Christmas,
trip out there to Christmas, all that stuff happens.
Right.
So it's just like, say, take 4 Christmases.
Right.
They're going on a trip. And instead, they got to go through all the crap with their families.
Dude,
How is it any different?
Good point. So I would actually make the argument that The Holiday is less of a Christmas movie than Die Hard.
Yeah.
Because it's called The Holiday, but The Holiday means vacation in England. So
Holiday gets
vacation or
murky.
is it Christmas? I don't know.
You know, I've never seen Christmas Story.
You talking about the one with Ralphie?
Never seen it.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Like, dude, I don't see how I could see the whole movie just by watching bits and pieces of their 24-hour rerun, just at different times of the
So
day.
I've
they
seen
run it for
parts of it,
24
but
hours.
I gotta sit down and watch it with the kiddos, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean,
it's
it's not
good for one
good,
watch.
but you have to watch it.
The dad's the best character.
It's just, by far. It's just one of those things you got to do.
Tell me,
Home Alone is still top
Scott,
of the list.
what's his
Oh,
face?
yeah.
Farkas?
Yeah.
Scott Farkas? Is that not Jimmy Sauls?
You got
Elf. Love Elf.
Jimmy,
Elf's top 5. Elf's top 5.
Elf. Okay, and what about you, Reno? You got Christmas Vacation?
I got
Oh, that's my brother's number 1.
I got that as number 1.
Yeah, so does my bro.
A very close number 2, though, is probably Die Hard, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you're counting Die Hard, then Steph up there.
What's the
Come
age
on,
where
dude.
you should let your kid watch?
Watch Die Hard?
7.
Who are we talking about?
7 or 8.
You talking about the boy or the
is it
girl?
My kid's already seen it. He's 6. But I don't
Listen.
recommend the type of parenting I do for everyone. You know?
Well, nah, for your daughter, 25. For the son, I'd say maybe about 7
What
or 8.
version would you watch?
My
you wanna
kid's
watch
favorite
the movie
movie.
as
My
it's
kid's favorite
intended?
movie is American
Or do you want to
Ninja
watch
1 and 2.
Do you want to watch the movies like the edited versions?
Nah, you can watch as
Cable.
intended, man.
No,
All
I
it
don't
is
edit.
language.
Life's not edited, bro. I don't edit my children's lives.
Even the people that get shot, it's so much
The sooner,
like
the sooner
less
they
graphic.
figure out life is a big old shit sandwich and everyone's got to take a bite, the better, bro.
Yeah.
That's just the way of life.
Big
Big time Nole, reporting live, Kelowna States.
All
Merry
right.
Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas, Big Time Noah. Appreciate you coming by. And
Of course.
talk
This
to
is
you.
not going to die.
no.
Rick Scott's going to take over from here. Skeletor's going to wreck some shop.
All right, Big Time Noah. We'll talk to you next time.
All right. Go Noles.
Well, pretty fired up about the integrity of the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, some people get
I get it.
they get heated, man.
I get
He's
it.
got a point, but
I wish it.
For me, I'm cool with giving all the kids that play on the team a break if they don't feel up to playing in the game.
Right.
They just got told that all the hard work they did this season was somehow lesser than everybody else. You know, like essentially that's what happened when the committee said, you know, because this one player got hurt, the rest of you that have been killing it and keeping this team undefeated, sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, and as a fan,
FSU's pissed.
I'm not going to hold them the team accountable for losing the game. If they lose the game and they struggle, I'm not going to, you know,
The
fans'
president of
reaction, they
Florida
wanna-
State officially called it an invitational.
yeah, it's
today.
an invitational.
So, I mean, that they guaranteed this was going to happen.
You don't get screwed over like that
Right.
and just have it, you know, go away. And I think you've seen kids weigh their options and how much they really want to play in this game. And some of them have been like Jerry and Jones, you know, it takes them a week and then they're right back out there trying to prove some stuff. And, you know, the kids that aren't playing, it's not that they're, you know, any less committed to football or the team or anything like that. It's just they've weighed the options of
Right.
should I play in this game? And
Well, you know, we also had signing day.
yeah.
This happened. What's
Speaking of, Florida State breaking just got a verbal commitment from a 5-star offensive lineman, Big Solomon Thomas,
Right.
for the 2025 class.
good start to that class?
Yeah. Let's hope we hang on to him, but it's
Never know anything. kiddie pool.
Right, but this kid's been he's been a fixture at Florida State. Big time looking offensive tackle prospect. It's a big pickup.
Yeah, well,
signing day, man. It's come and gone. Number 9, number 10, depending on what site you look at. I think if they would have taken more numbers in certain positions, they probably could have finished a few spots higher. But whatever. That's only one method of restocking your roster. I think now you start to turn to the transfer portal and see what comes after bowl season. I know they were hopeful to have a QB, either DJ or Cam Ward, a decision by signing day or shortly after, and here we are Friday, and it still really doesn't look any clearer on that front. So
what are we doing with the names of these conferences?
Yeah.
I mean, when are we going to stop calling the Big Ten the Big Ten? The SEC now. They're trying to keep that up since the regionality of it. But the ACC now with the Pacific Coast.
Yeah.
Big 12 doesn't have 12.
No, what do they got? Like 16?
Well, you got to professionalize it. You got to break it off. I like the idea Chip Kelly brought up. Yeah, it makes sense. But that's a long way away. The first step is.
Well, see, that's the one problem is it makes too much sense.
Right.
Nothing about this has made sense for a long time. So.
Right. What do you do, man?
Yeah, what do you do?
Bird watching. Right? Have you seen The Big Year?
I have. It's a phenomenal movie.
Underrated.
It is, man. It is. I mean, pay attention to high school football.
Right.
Unless you're in a state that allows NIL for high school, which
Missouri's on the way.
Missouri does already. You have to be committed to an in-state school.
Just look at that kid that flipped from Georgia to Nebraska.
Yeah.
How many high schools did he play football at?
3 or 4.
Right.
That was it. Man, that kid would have been committed to Nebraska if not for the all-time mess up in recruiting by Scott Frost.
Right.
Like, this kid was born to be a Cornhusker. Dad was an offensive lineman in the glory years. Uncle is an offensive lineman, is the offensive line coach currently.
Right.
Like, yeah. But again, like you said,
Georgia still got number 1 class.
Oh, yeah.
Florida State in the top 10.
Top 10 signed 22 kids with 23 with the addition of Marvin Jones.
And you got the quarterback.
Yeah, you got your guy at a lot of spots, man.
Quarterback.
You got a really good looking tight end prospect. A couple good running back prospects. Right. 3 tackles. On the offensive side of the ball, you got a lot. You got speed at the slot receiver. Elijah Moore is a guy that you like as a downfield threat. Defensive back, I mean, even with the loss of KJ Bolden, you signed 3 top 100 corners.
Right.
4 4-star cornerbacks. I mean, it's, the only spot you struggled was the front 7.
Right.
And that's just
you got the transfer portal for that. You got to hit that transfer portal up. They got to decide on which quarterback they're going to get. I guess it's DJ or Cam.
That's what it's looking like, man. That's what it's looking like.
Speaking of transfer portal, FAMU hit up that transfer portal big time.
Yeah, they got some familiar faces.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to get updated on that.
Local big boy and a guy that was playing at Florida State, man.
Yeah. Big time talent coming to Tallahassee, not only for the Noles, but also for the Rattlers, as Coach Simmons is capitalizing on that great season that the Rattlers had. And there's some good football they're going to be playing right here in Tallahassee. But FSU's done with the ACC. They're out of there. That's
right.
Well, so we'll watch it. We'll react to it. Hoops tonight against Winthrop.
Park?
Nope. Well, and we'll talk to you next time.
Hey, Winthrop.
Happy holidays, everybody, and Merry Christmas from the North Florida Sports Network.
We had to go. Our ride was here. We got a shuttle to our